Hi, my name's Margie Dangerfield. I'm a registered nurse, midwife, and independent Zinzino partner, and I've helped almost 3,000 people using Zinzino's test-based nutrition. In this video, I'm bringing you an industry leader and an expert in their field who are integrating Zinzino's personalised test-based nutritional approach into their clinical practice. So, if you're ready to move beyond guesswork and elevate your health and your patient outcomes with precision-driven strategies, you're in the right place. Welcome everyone. Thanks for joining our Wellness Wednesday webinar. I am absolutely thrilled to have you all here for the next 30 minutes. I've got an exciting topic tonight. We're talking about all things skin health. And I want to introduce to you a friend of mine who I've met through Zinzino, the beautiful Ruth Munro, who's from Ireland. So thank you so much, Ruth, for joining us.
Thank you.
Yes. So for those of you that don't know, Ruth is actually the founder of Skinside Out in Ireland. And she has a no-nonsense approach and a deep passion for evidence-based skin health. So Ruth has spent years helping people uncover what truly drives radiant, resilient skin. And as a huge skin health advocate and skin geek, she likes to call herself, she certainly challenges surface level solutions, and she's empowering her clients and people she knows to dig deeper so they can connect with their diet, understand inflammation, and raise awareness with science-based strategies to get real results with her clients. So if you're listening tonight and you are a skin enthusiast or you're a health practitioner, I hope tonight is going to raise awareness for you and some strategies that you can potentially introduce into your lives as well. So thank you, Ruth.
Thank you, Margie. Lovely to be here. Thank you for the invite. It's always a pleasure to come on and see some new beautiful faces.
Yeah. And Ruth, can you just give us a bit of a background? Because I'd love for you to share with others the work that you're doing and obviously how you got introduced to Zinzino as a skin practitioner and what that's looks like for you with your clients in clinic now.
Yeah, so what I do is I like to ask everyone to cast their minds back to a very long time ago because at the hot topic of discussion within my clinic is always about grandma because grandma had amazing skin. Yeah. And she worked outside all day in the garden, cleaned her own windows. I had a lot of outdoor physical activity, and she didn't need protection and shielding from the sun. When we look back as well, chronic skin conditions that we're seeing today didn't exist. I mean, try and find a eczema condition or a psoriasis condition kind of pre-1940s. They just didn't exist. And the common denominator is what we're putting into our bodies, and that starts with food. I know now, certainly when I'm going to collect my children from school, every second child has got acne or some sort of skin condition.
Mm-hmm.
And the very sad reality, Margie, is that we're seeing children born with eczema and things now. And so that's where my kind of passion began because coming through school, I didn't see acne. I'm 46. Didn't see acne, didn't see any of these skin conditions. So it was a quick decision to go down the route of nutrition for skin. I've always worked with supplement brands within my clinic. And although Zinzino takes up most of my time now, I don't actually spend a lot of time in clinic anymore. But Yeah, working with some big skin brands within the clinic, and never really achieving good results through topical treatments and lotions and things that we're putting on the skin. But none of them ever really making the impact that was needed to really help people at a deeper level as well as just on the surface. So I was introduced to Zinzino by a guy that you all know and love 5 years ago, the famous Dr. Colin Robertson, who is a personal friend of my sponsor.
Hmm.
So yeah, I was introduced by Dr. Call in COVID 2020.
Oh, wow.
He blew, yeah. Um, our clinics were closed down by the government overnight. And I really used that time. Dr. Call was blaring through my office 12 hours a day, hosting Zooms and things and really teaching people about the importance of the balance test. Now, I was that person, Morgie, and everyone else on the call, who believed that I was going to be in balance because I was using a really expensive brand of omega-3.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I'm sure that you can all understand my reason for moving away from that brand when I took a blood test that came in at 9.7 to 1, and I was completely insufficient in EPA, DPA, and DHA.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was that really kind of, I can't take this product anymore, and I cannot knowingly give this product to my clients knowing that it's not making the impact that's needed.
Mm. Ruth, I was the same. Yeah, I'd taken omega supplements for 20 years and took Zinzino's balance test only to discover I had a deficiency. So I know how shocking that is when you do that, but I'm grateful that we've done that.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it does motivate you then to go on and make change.
absolutely. Anyone who comes on my training calls, I mean, I always say to people, once you know what we know, there's no going back. You can't unknow it. And just having that power of proof through that blood test really sets us apart from anyone else within the skin world, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many different brands out there offering promises of better skin, better health. And we've got the test that proves that it isn't making the impact that's needed.
Mm-hmm. And so once you had your results, how long was it before you got into balance?
The I first took my test in May of 2020 and I retested. I was one of those people, Morgie, I needed to see what was going on a regular basis. I think I repeated my blood test after just 6 weeks, and there
Okay.
was significant change within 6 weeks. I retested again after I think 12 weeks. So I was like a 6 week thing. I wanted to see how things were changing. And I got into balance within 3 to 4 months. Yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty standard. Like our test and our retest program is actually working on 120 days, which is the life cycle of the red blood cell. So that's why we do that. Um, but what is it about the Zenzino balance oil that like separates it from other omega-3 products? Because omega-3 is a widely recommended product to take in the skin industry. And I know that there's practitioners that I meet and they were recommending like 6,000 milligrams a day or 8,000 milligrams a day of omega-3. And as you and I know, these commercial grade fish oils are oxidizing in the body very quickly, and now we know they're causing pro-inflammatory effects. So can you tell us why Zenzino balance oil is so different to these commercial grade fish oils that most people are aware of?
Yeah, well, when you look at the other brands, certainly within some of the UK skin brands, I can see how some of those do support the skin. Yeah. But it's so much more than skin. And ultimately, just like our heart and our brain and every other vital organ, our skin needs that omega-3 index above 8%.
Hmm.
And because none of these other brands carry that potent antioxidant that's present in natural marine life, um, omega-3 takes 18 to 20 hours to be fully absorbed into the red blood cells. And none of them have the polyphenol that's present in balance oil that really stops that oxidization. And we know, Margie, it's right in rancid fish, really, if it's oxidizing, and it causes a lot more gastrointestinal issues. And
Mm,
with a lot of the problems that we see in the skin coming from the guts, oxidized rancid oils, fish oils, can actually be causing more skin issues as well.
mm, absolutely, because they're causing pro-inflammatory compounds from the oxidation. And I,
That's
I
right.
don't think people are aware of that. So yeah, the antioxidant that is gone in, like it's mimicking nature. So it's what nature intended. And that's what the fish were eating in the ocean, which was the algae, which is the polyphenol. And that's what Zenzino have done. They've added back polyphenols in the form of olive oil. But
That's
I do say to people, because a lot of people say, Margie, can I take my omega supplement with a swig of olive oil? But it doesn't work like that. It's not the right synergy. It's not as potent a polyphenol because they early harvest the picule olives. So it's a really high polyphenol component. And it's the right, you know, formulation, which is 40% polyphenol with the 60% oily fatty fish. So it's more like a Mediterranean shot in a bottle, isn't it, Ruth?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's better than oily fish. It's been proven to be better than oily fish. We've
Hmm.
tested some top athletes here in the UK with
Hmm.
that Olympic mindset, Olympic attitude, and they are told that they need to consume line caught fatty fish every day, and some of them don't like fish.
Hmm.
Um, One of the guys who won the Olympic medal for skiing back 3 years ago. He was consuming oily fish every day, and he tested it 7 to 1 or 6 to 1 from memory. So oily fish just isn't enough these days, and then we've got all the contaminants in water. But
Hmm.
one thing that I would like to remind everyone is about the Mediterranean diet. We all know the benefits and the impact of the Mediterranean diet. And the polyphenol within the balance oil that also keeps it protected is the ultimate anti-aging product for every cell in your body because it takes down oxidative stress within the cell. And that's what makes it truly unique.
Yeah, it truly is amazing. And I'm looking at your skin and thinking you always look amazing. Your skin looks incredible. Um, and I know I get lots of compliments on my skin as well, but it's interesting because everyone who achieves omega balance. So you're getting your cell membranes in that right balance of essential fats. The cellular turnover and the regeneration of healthy cells is automatic. And that's when we start to see the slowing and the progression of degeneration of the skin, plus, tissues and organs and all the rest of it. But it's amazing that, you can look at people now and you go, yes, they've got their essential fats in balance. And yeah, I got a compliment even today and saying, yeah, because I'm 58 and like since being in balance, all the fine lines around my skin particularly, and there's a lot more collagen being produced naturally in our skin because we don't have that inflammation. Because if those essential fats are not right, it's you know, we've, we're driving inflammation and that really accelerates skin aging, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's the other components as well, Morgie, like from the Extend Plus, it's all the other vitamins and minerals, phyto micronutrients that's within the Extend Plus that really supports the right cell regeneration as well. Do you
Mm-hmm.
know, like an unhealthy embryo and an unhealthy sperm cell isn't getting the right nourishment throughout pregnancy, it can't deliver a healthy baby. What you talk about, it's exactly the same with the skin. Do you know, if we don't have the right fats within the cell membrane and the right mitochondrial support, we're not able to regenerate healthy cells. It just doesn't work that way.
Mm. So are you testing all your patients, Ruth, in clinic? Is that what you started doing with when you got made aware of this program?
100%. I will not treat a client or work with a client unless I have balance tested them first.
Hmm.
Balance test is part of my consultation. I charge in my clinic for a consultation, which includes balance test. Through my years of practice working with treatments and patient skin journeys throughout in clinic, I'm sure everyone, if there is any skin people on the call, you'd be very well aware that there are clients that you just don't seem to get anywhere with.
Mm.
Um, there's clients who react quite badly with long downtimes and things after professional treatments. And that again comes down to the health of those skin cells. We see poor recovery. We see if we're using pills or even microneedling and a lot of the treatments that we perform, we're not getting great outcomes on those treatments because of the condition of the skin. We're seeing a lot of compromised barriers, a lot of transepidermal water loss. And that isn't just a great foundation for performing these professional treatments.
Hmm.
We can really upskill our treatment outcomes by making sure that the foundation is working properly before we even get off the start line.
Mm. That's amazing. And I know that it's not just the balance oil and the balance test you're using, because that's just one component of good skin, isn't it? Because, I mean, obviously you need to control the inflammatory process in the body and restore cellular health. But the other formulation that you are using is, which is part of the Zeno Health Protocol, is our Xenobiotic, which is this product right here. Can you talk to us a little bit about Xenobiotic and how that works to enhance
Yeah,
healthy skin?
yeah, absolutely. So when we're looking at a balance test and we're seeing on the balance test the cell membrane fluidity indicator, we're looking at now complete dysbiosis of people's guts because they are constantly feeding in the bad bacteria. We know that people have got excessive carbohydrates in their diets now. In fact, my last call this morning, we discussed this in detail. Um, Years ago, pre-1940s, we had really physical active lifestyles and we needed a lot of good complex carbohydrates, real whole foods in our diets. Carbohydrates now are, people will think of carbohydrates like um, bread, pasta, rice, potatoes, things like that. But these types of carbohydrates actually turn into sugar.
Mm.
And bad bacteria love to eat sugar. They don't eat anything else. And if we truly want something to survive and thrive, we need to feed it to keep it alive. So the bad bacteria are having a party and they're getting all the food that they want through all of these sugars and hidden sugars and everything that we eat. Meanwhile, we are starving our good bacteria because we're not giving our good bacteria those whole foods that they need to stay alive and survive and thrive. And this causes biosis of the gut, where a lot of skin conditions stem from, as well as the inflammatory fats that's in people's diets now through processed foods. Creating a healthy, happy gut microbiome, getting your gut to produce that butyrate that's needed. So your pro and your prebiotic then create the postbiotic, which grows your friendly bacteria, will really help alongside balance oil to really drive that inflammation down and nurture the gut with the fibers that they need to stay healthy and be healthy.
Hmm. That's a great explanation. So yeah, and the products work synergistically together, right?
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Absolutely. I call those three products that sat behind you, Margie. They are the non-negotiables for health, for every aspect of health and preventative healthcare. No one's got the right fats, no one's feeding their good bacteria, and no
Yep.
everyone's malnutrition type B. Not only
Yes.
are we not eating enough of the right foods now, when we've got that hard, rigid cell membrane, we're not absorbing the nutrition that we are taking in effectively. Therefore, those three products are without a doubt the non-negotiables.
Mm. Exactly. And now I've just got a question here. There's someone's asked, what would you do for a teenager with acne? They were chatting to a client today, and her son has been medicated for his acne. And I said she should try the balance oil and the xenobiotic.
Absolutely. Medication is just sticking a sticky plaster over a smoking body.
Mm,
Yeah. We see it all the time. GPs prescribing linocycline, antibiotics.
mm,
Female clients, it's the contraceptive pill to try and work with their hormones.
mm-hmm.
100% of these conditions start with getting that balance test done, seeing how every indicator looks on that test and getting every indicator from red to green.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other, factors that can be taken into consideration as part of a deep dive consultation. Do you know what brands are they using on the skin topically? I know there's a lot of teenagers now who follow TikTok and big social media influencers
Mm,
for up skin conditions, and what they're doing is really damaging the skin's barrier, which can cause a lot of issues. And then we're not doing things like the simple things like changing pillowcases regularly and spread of bacteria. Mobile phones held up to the face. We're not cleaning our mobile phones.
mm-hmm.
Cloths, using the wrong type of cloths on the skin and not washing those regularly enough. There's so many factors, but ultimately it starts with inflammation and
Yeah.
drive and getting that right as well.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, it is sounds like a quick fix going on medication, but we know the medication destroys the healthy bacteria in the gut. Antibiotics destroy the healthy microbiome. So there's so much damage being done, but there's so much we can do just by implementing these nutritional strategies that you're talking about, um, which is great. Now, I am really excited about Zenzino's collagen. So now you have been using the collagen in Ireland and the UK and Europe for some time now. We don't have it here. It is coming to Australia. So for all of our listeners who are wanting to try the collagen, yeah, stay in touch with us because I've been trialing it. I'm absolutely loving it. But can you tell us a little bit more about the collagen? Because there's collagen, it's huge, like on the market. It's confusing for the consumer. So yeah, tell us why Zenzino have created a collagen that stands out in the market from anything else.
Absolutely. It's became one of my favorite subjects, Margie. You're probably very well aware. I was that skin specialist that bashed the collagen industry for over a decade,
Okay.
telling people, yeah, I told people not to use collagen supplements, that it was ineffective, not making impact. I could not find one single collagen brand that hadn't paid for their own studies or marketing.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. So when Zinzino announced that they were going to be launching a collagen product, I held my head in my hands and said, this better be good because I'm going to have a lot of backpacking today. But as soon as Dr. Call in Oslo stood up on the stage and announced the ingredients that were in our collagen, it all made sense, with the biggest factor being back to the gut health aspect, which is the plenibiotic. So we've actually taken the probiotic through the fermentation process,
Mm-hmm.
um, and put in the postbiotic, which is bacteria, which we have trademarked plenibiotic. Absorption happens in the gut, and we need that extra support to be able to digest the collagen and absorb the collagen. So that was number one big factor. We look at collagen brands as just being for skin within the skin industry. Well, a lot of them with just for skin health. But our collagen is completely unique because it is a health product. It's not just a skin health product. And the results that we're seeing working with the therapists here in the UK, even myself, I have to say, I do a lot of bodybuilding, weight training, lifting, deadlifting heavy weights. and I had a really bad pain in my hip, Morgan. And I was blaming a new car that I got last year. Thought it was an uncomfortable driving position, was going to sell the car. And I've only just realized, I think I might have said to you, since I came back from Thailand, my hip pain has completely disappeared. And the only thing that I have changed in the last 4 to 6 months is adding in the collagen. When
Hmm.
you're looking at collagen, guys, we need to look at the peptides. So in our collagen boost, we've got type 1 and type 3 hydrolyzed collagen peptides.
It's a marine collagen as well.
It's a marine collagen, so it's 1.5 times more bioavailable.
Hmm.
Yeah. We've got M&E certification, which was another big plus for me because we don't know where the fish are coming from, if it's sustainable, what they're exposed to, contaminants, mercury, all of those things. Yeah, so MSC certification is the highest level of certification. But we need to also look at the Daltons within. So the Daltons is the molecular weight of the ingredients. So back to the hyaluronic acid for a second. When we look at other hyaluronic acids that we're taking in, they're usually sat around 400, 500,000 Daltons. Zinzino's has been calibrated to 800,000 Daltons, which means it's bigger. It's a bigger molecule, therefore it holds a lot more water. Which means we're getting better moisture, better hydration within our bodies. We're not getting so much transdermal water loss on the skin. It's supporting all our joints. It's supporting all our ligaments, everything within our bodies.
Mm.
Then we look at the marine collagen peptides. When we look at other collagen brands, they're not bioavailable. They're usually calibrated around 6,000 Daltons. So when
Mm.
we're looking at hyaluronic acid Daltons versus collagen Daltons, we need the hyaluronic acid to be bigger and we need the collagen to be smaller. Yeah. Zinzinos have been calibrated to 4,000 Daltons, which means it is completely bioavailable. So you're actually getting more out of a 10-day boost, as it's named, than you are from taking any other collagen on a daily basis throughout the month. Plus, the other active ingredients in there actually work to support your own natural collagen synthesis. So it's a completely unique product, and the results that you're seeing throughout the UK that's coming through in the last 6, 7 months have been nothing
Phenomenal.
short of phenomenal. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, there's a lot of excitement around this product. And again, Zenzino being a science-based company, we've got our own research and development team. So they don't do anything in halves, do they? They certainly come through with the best of the best on the market. So we're constantly in awe of our scientific research team who put a lot of energy and effort into making our products quite unique in the marketplace. Um, we've just had a question, how do you take it? Because you were saying, yes, it's a collagen boost. So it's only 10 days samples, um, well, 10 sachets per month. So can you just explain that to everybody, Ruth?
Yeah, well, a lot of the therapists that we work with here use it as because we're doing a lot of collagen induction treatments.
Hmm.
So we use it pre and post treatment for better treatment outcomes. But I also have clients who will take it for the first 10 days of every month regularly. And then I've got clients who don't like to miss the last 20 days of each month. So they'll take it once every 3 days or every third day.
Okay.
Um, yeah, if you want to space it out. Me personally, because I'm weight training and doing all the things that I do, I look for the support of the hyaluronic acid as well as the collagen, and I just take it every day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's nothing that says you can't take it every day. But certainly if you're taking taking it for the 10 days each month, you're still significantly getting more than what you would from an alternative brand.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm so excited. We will be getting it probably in the next few months, we've been told. So they're just working on, it has been approved, so we're just waiting on packaging, I believe, for our country, which is very, very exciting. But Ruth, I'd love you to share, like you've got before and after photos of some of your clients, because we, get so many anecdotal evidence, we get testimonials day in, day out that we could talk about, but seeing the real results, on the images is so powerful. Um, and these are the stories that we as health professionals are seeing with our products
Mhm.
all the time. So I know you wanted to share some. So if you'd like to share your screen,
Yep.
we'd love to see some of the images
Yep.
and talk
I've
about some
got,
of the most impactful, if you've got some impactful stories, ones that come to mind that you'd like to talk about, I'd love to hear.
yeah, I've got a bit of a mixed bag. This is a Canva presentation that we've designed of before and afters that our therapists will work with. So this one is actually one of our therapists. She was using a very expensive big skin brand for a number of years. It was one that she stocked in clinic. You can see on this image, the date is June 2021. So she aged 3 years between these images, chronologically.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, when you look at the biological age of the skin and how much that's changed just through implementing the Zinzino protocols and also using Revo mixed with the skin serum
Mm-hmm.
and coming away with her big skin brands. Then we have got this is actually the same person, and she came to us because she was preparing for her daughter's wedding and she had this eczema around her eyes. She started on the balance oil immediately, and this was quite a quick result for her. But she does a lot of our trainings and things as well within our UK skin specialist groups. And she is 61 years old. I'm sure she wouldn't mind me saying.
Yeah.
She wasn't able to massage. She came to us originally because of the eczema. Yeah. But she wasn't doing the job that she loved and didn't realize that after 4 to 6 months of using the product, her joint pain had gone and she was now able to massage again. So she's
Wow.
now she's now one of our biggest clinics that we work with in the UK.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. This is a collagen image. You can very clearly see the difference in the hydration in the skin, and I put that down to the hyaluronic acid. Yeah, that's a 10-day result.
Wow.
Yep. This is also a 10-day result from one of the fertility specialists that we work with here in the UK. You can see all of the fine lines and things have just completely plumped out. Again, hyaluronic acid.
Mm.
Uh, this is another one of our clinicians here in the UK. Her name's also Ruth. And it's very obvious, isn't it? The results there
Yeah.
after her 10 days.
Yeah. Amazing.
Same image. Everyone knows Audrey. We've pinched this one from Audrey with her permission.
Yes.
Um, this is Amanda around the mouth area.
And are
Here.
you're saying this is just on the 10 days?
Yep. These
Wow.
are all 10-day.
Wow.
Yep. Some
These
double
are,
images here.
yeah.
Um, this is balance oil with also some mesotherapy skin boosters and the results on there, which is why I'm saying, if you are doing professional treatments within your clinics over there, it's something that you really need to incorporate in to really accelerate your results and also give the results that you're working with longevity.
That's incredible. That's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, this was just really heavy skin glycation of one of my personal clients. Some treatments, and this was probably a 3 months turnaround on balance oil and gut powder.
Mm-hmm.
Another collagen one, 10 days, as you can see by the timestamps here.
Mm.
Same again, you can just see the hydration in the skin. This is one of our reps in the UK. You can very clearly see the difference in the neck. She'd actually had some scar tissue that she'd had a lump removed from her neck, and the collagen boost has really helped fill that out. Another one of my clients, it's not a great image there. Another one of my clients, her daughter actually asked her when she came back from holidays at Christmas, had she had a facelift?
Oh,
The results were that, yeah, yeah.
that's
So
great.
yeah, she bulk buys collagen, this lady. Um, you can see again, just hyaluronic acid and collagen just plumping everything out. Hands. Hands was actually the first thing that I noticed. When you get collagen there, guys, please do not ignore and do not forget to take pictures of your hands, because I take very good care of my skin. I eat well, I supplement well, and I didn't see huge changes on my face. But I woke up one morning, turned my bedside light on, and I was like, whose are those hands?
Oh, wow.
Because your hands are always the first thing that really tells your age.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
don't forget to take pictures of your hands.
Yeah.
Um, this is a balance soil result, just inflammation on the hands. You can see this 8 week results. Some of these I don't actually know which protocols we use because they're not all my clients. Don't think that was my client, but you can see the difference there.
Yeah, it's transformative, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, we've seen some incredible results here in Australia just from I know people I've helped as well, 8 weeks, had eczema
yeah.
their entire life, and 8 weeks on the balance oil alone even to help,
Yeah. We
create
we
smooth
work
skin again. Yep.
absolutely. We work with a lot of topical steroid withdrawal here in the UK as well. And we work with a lot of therapists who specialize in that.
Yep.
Um, but as you can see, these are just some of the results.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Yeah, you've got some
This,
incredible results. And that is
yeah.
completely life transforming for these people with such severe, debilitating skin, conditions. It's life changing, isn't it, Ruth?
Absolutely. Do you know, there's a lot of professional treatments that have been done throughout these pictures now, especially these topical steroid withdrawal ones. They are very complex cases
Mm.
and they must be with by a skin specialist. I wouldn't be recommending people to go, just to go out and say that we can heal and get these results just from products, because there's a lot of other things to be taken into consideration here with regards to treatment protocols too.
Yeah. But thank you, Ruth, so much.